When I say, who's the master? You say, no.
What is up, guys? Showing up the King here, and I'm here to bring you guys an especially exciting discussion slash review, mostly a review. So, in my mind, Dragon Ball Z is one of my all-time favorite animes of all time. All right, like I'm talking 12, 13-year-old me going to bootleg comic book stores to try to get very grainy VHS versions of Dragon Ball Z, the Frieza saga, the Namek saga, all of that stuff. So that's how deep my Dragon Ball Z blood goes. Now, YouTube is great for a lot of things. Uh, it's great that I can express myself and talk about the things that I love and enjoy on a daily basis with you guys. It also brings a lot of other fans in the same genres the ability to come out and talk about the things they love. Case in point, today, the company Rooster Dog, I believe, if I'm butchering their name, I apologize, but they came out with a fan made Dragon Ball Z movie, and I can report and honestly say it was fucking awesome. Now, a lot of you are probably like, dude, this is nothing new. Dragon Ball Z fan made films have been made for years. This is nothing new. Trust and believe when I tell you this thing is the real deal. And the funny thing is that I didn't even know about it. Like, I'm usually all on top of everything when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, and I didn't find out until it was finished, which is a good thing because this thing has been in production for over a year, so probably been driving me crazy just to wait for it. So essentially, what they did, and again, this is not to be confused with the other guys that are doing the Dragon Ball Z uh, trailer adaptations. Now, there were another group of guys who took the original Saiyan saga and took the actual trailer that they used to show on Cartoon Network, and they actually adapted that into their own fan-made trailer for the Saiyan saga. Those guys are currently working on the Frieza saga trailer as well. And again, to their credit, they did a pretty good job. But but I had some of the issues with how the things looked in the actual first set of Dragon Ball Z fan made film. Again, way better than anything fucking Dragon Ball Evolution could ever do. And just, I'm sorry, just saying Dragon Ball Evolution gives me a migraine. So I'm not gonna say it anymore because that fucking movie was just shit from hell. Anyway, back to the reason why I made this video. So this new fan made Dragon Ball Z is not a trailer. So what they did was they took a segment from one of the more popular storylines in Dragon Ball Z, which is the Future Trunks storyline. One of the most coldest, most exciting, most depressing Dragon Ball Z stories that were out there. And for those who don't know, I mean, if you're not a Dragon Ball Z fan, you're crazy. But essentially, in the future, there Goku dies of the heart virus that he had, and the Z fighters were all killed by Android 17 and 18. Now, they ran rapid all over the planet, killing about 95% of the population, down to about the last 10,000 people were still alive, and they were still hunting them down. And in that process, the only two people that could potentially stop them is Gohan and Trunks. Now, at this point, Trunks is a young boy, and Gohan is grown up now. This is future Trunks as a child. Now, what they adapted was that first part of the battle that Gohan and Trunks has with Android 17 and 18. Now, the great part about this is that this thing is about 13, 14 minutes, so they get a good amount of dialogue. They even take pretty much shot for shot some of the awesome scenes from the anime to the actual fan made actual portion of it, and they actually put it in the fan made movie. Um, Our first thing we'll talk about are the actors. I think the actors were spot on. The only issue that I had was the young boy who's playing young Trunks. I probably would have liked to have seen somebody a little bit older, but in anime it's always hard to tell how old someone's supposed to be at that point in time. So I guess in my mind, even young Trunks still look like a young teenager, probably 13, 14, something like that. But in this one, Trunks is clearly looks like he's 10. He probably the young boy looked almost akin to young Trunks and young Gotenks to me. So that's the only issue that I had. I think the guy they had got for Gohan was spot on. I mean, they even got the short hair. And oh, let me let me just slow down. So Android 18 and Android 17, again, the characters that played them, spot on. And again, just to let you guys know, I will be linking the video in the description so you guys can click on it and check it out. Machinima has been showing it, but I just linked the one directly to the company that made the actual video to make sure they can get the views for it. The next thing I want to talk about is the animation style. Now, the biggest thing that these fan-made movies I find it hard to do is get the fighting style of Dragon Ball Z correct, to get that grand scale of destruction that Dragon Ball Z has, and to get that feel. Like, I know you guys understand it because everybody that's ever watched Dragon Ball Z fight, and again, I've watched these episodes 100 times over, and I still get that feeling. Like it's it's almost like a blood boiling in you when you're watching the fight go on. It's like getting you excited and just getting you all pumped up. That's the feeling that you get, and that's when you know you're watching a really great anime, a really hyped up fight. You get that feeling, kind of like I get when I watch Spartacus, but that's a whole nother story for another day. So I'm watching this video, and I wish I should have done like a live reaction video, but when I first saw it come out, I was too excited. I didn't have time. But I'm watching. It's the dialogue is cool, but I'm sitting here waiting for Trunks and Goten to show up and fight Android 17 and 18. They show up and they start the fight, and it looks amazing. I mean, they are having the clashes when they're hitting each other, and it's like the boom, boom, boom. They're flying all over the place, and the animation is, I shouldn't say animation because it's live action. The CGI is awesome. And again, this is a fan-made project, and it looks amazing. Again, amazing for a fan-made project. To be honest with you, it actually looks better than DBE, the movies I won't mention anymore. It looks way better than that. The energy blasts are there, the high power beams are there, and even Gohan turns Super Saiyan. And let me tell you, that was by far the best part. When Gohan turned Super Saiyan, literally I wanted to just jump out of my chair and scream along with him like a crazy person. But I can't do that. I'm too old for that. I can't do that anymore. But I wanted to. I wanted to. Um, it's dude. I'm telling you guys, it's so freaking good. It's good. Um, So Gohan transforms. They got the hair perfect. They got the powerful aura going around Gohan perfectly. There's like they kind of went like a fire wave version of it, where the fire was like flaming around them. You can see the energy, and you can see that Android 17 is getting pushed back a little bit. And then when they started the next battle, it got even more intense, and it's just so good. So and even on the other end, you had Trunks fighting 18. They're having their battle. And of course, Trunks is clearly, 18 is clearly overpowering him. So there's not much he can really do. He managed to land a couple of attacks, but it matches. It pretty much matches the anime spot on as far as like the intensity and the overpowerness of 17 and 18. Now the video does end with them getting away, but it was just awesome. And the last scene is them training and trying to get better to fight, go back and fight them. Now what I hope is unfortunately this video took them about a year to do for like a 13-minute movie. So unfortunately, if we do happen to see a sequel, hopefully when Gohan losing that arm, if they do that with Gohan there, I would lose my shit. Um, if they do that, we probably wouldn't see anything until 2016 at the earliest. Because usually when these things happen, it takes forever to get it out there. Now again, I'm not knocking them. I want them to bring out a great product, but again, just know if there's going to be a sequel, which there probably is. This thing's already been viral. It's on World Star for God's sakes. Um, if it gets out there, it's gonna blow up. It was just premiered today. It's gonna do well. So I want you guys to definitely check it out. Come back, let me know what you thought about the video in the comment section below, and definitely thumbs up the video if you can. If you enjoyed Dragon Ball Z, if you enjoyed this video, I guess the last thing I want to say is and definitely keep a lookout because today was just like my childhood was calling me back. Because not only did we get the live action Dragon Ball Z movie today, we also got the Power Rangers rated R uh, film adaptation. Now, there's been some controversy here and there. I'm going to do a video about that as well. So I hope you guys will check that out as well. This is Showing Up the King, the one and only, and you guys have an awesome, awesome day.